But for me, they just like me lifting male and females.
I'm not gonna lie, when you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna pick you up," I was literally a little startled. I don't know if you saw my face. I was like, "You're gonna pick me up?" You're like, "Yeah, can I cradle you?" I'm like, "Is this like a short thing or like?" I like low key. I was thinking about, I'm like, is it because I'm short that you want to do this? Like, did you just look at me and go, "Ooh, small man"? I'm like, "Hey, I want to cradle him." I was low key confused.
Is this recording right now? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Welcome. You're here. You're live.
Hello, everyone.
I told you when the lights come on.
Yeah, that's right.
Time to shine, baby.
That's right.
So who do I have here with me?
This is JR Cruz. Hey, everyone.
Hello. So, obviously, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to pretend like it's another day. We just did a podcast with your husband. You just sat through.
Yeah, that actually was incredible. And to see you guys go at it, you look like professional interview. And here I am just lost with Welch's this, Welch's candy, yes, and trying to get this right. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie.
Listen, you're good. Do you smoke weed?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, you're going to be nervous today because I'm about to get high over here. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to be nervous. Just relax.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. Find your chakra. There you go. Get in one with the Zid and have a candy, because all we're doing is talking.
Okay.
This isn't a shoot. We're just talking. We're just recording it for our kids later on so they know what we talked about. Okay. So that's all this is. So, Jazmine, how are you doing? How's your trip to Florida been?
I love it. It's been wonderful.
I know you've been down to XBiz, so I know you did Miami, but is Florida like a family vacation spot? Like, do you guys come to Florida when it's, not for content, not for work? Or was this one of your first times coming to Florida?
We've been here multiple times.
Okay.
Both for work and we've gone here for vacation. But I feel like it's workation is a word. Workation. We try to put in a lot of shoots, be very productive and efficient with our time so that we can be able to do that. Because, when you have teenagers at home, you can't be doing that stuff around a lot. So this is the opportunity to just do as much as we can, be wise about it, but also have fun with it too.
Hell yeah. So since you guys have been here, have you had a chance to go to the beach, just kick it, put your feet in the sand, wiggle your toes around or anything?
Honestly, no.
Did you bring a bikini though?
I brought a bikini.
Okay, at least we got half the equipment. All right, we're almost there.
It was actually for TikToks.
Oh shit! You can always do TikToks at the beach.
That's true, right? Yes, you hear that, right, Mr. Sexy Buns?
TikToks at the beach.
Hey.
So, you guys have been working a lot since you've been here, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. Has there been anybody that you have worked with since you've been here that has been on your hit list for a while that you were like, come to Florida, I haven't seen you, I can't wait to fuck you, and now you fucked him?
He's actually who I'm having an interview with.
Oh.
Right here. That's the truth. You and the wifey are just really, you guys are on the grind and you work hard, play hard. And like JR said, or Mr. Sexy Buns had said, we kind of look up to you with your positive vibe. You're people are welcoming to you. You're approachable, down to earth, bubbly. The kind of like me and JR. It's just so easy for us to come up to you and talk to you, very just friendly altogether.
I love that, man. Y'all make me blush. Y'all really make me blush. Really, really make me blush. So I was talking to JR and I was asking him, because obviously you guys have been in the lifestyle. You guys have been together for 20 years. You know what I mean? You've lived abroad. You've been a military wife. So let's talk about that, because I feel like a lot of women can relate to that particular portion. Okay, because there's got to be some depth here. I got to know. So when he was deployed, right?
Right. And
I'm assuming you guys were already in the lifestyle when he deployed, or did it start after he was deployed? I
think it started a little bit after.
Okay.
It was kind of a new thing. I didn't even know what swinger was until he told me what that was and what it meant. I only knew it through the HBO show, Swinger Lifestyle. I'm so embarrassed to say that.
Hey, no, don't be. Look, you can't be embarrassed. We've all seen that show.
And the funny thing is, I really wanted to go there because I saw the food that they had served. So I said, babe, They got some good food. Can we just watch and just eat their food and leave? And he was like, I don't think it works that way.
Now that right there is a first. That's the first I've ever heard anybody say, like, oh, we're going to go to a swinger party because I want to eat their food.
Yes.
I'm going to watch them have sex, but really I want to taste the fried chicken. I want to know what it looked good.
Yeah.
That was you.
That's why Chef Sexy Buns.
Okay.
That's how he got married to him. He could cook and do many things with his fingers.
I like it. So when he approached you with the whole lifestyle thing, because he told me that you were, you guys had done some threesomes, but there were some rules, no penetration, this, that, and the fifth. And then he said that, you guys, he offered a male threesome, and you jumped at that opportunity.
Yeah, I did.
So I'm assuming with that kind of like outburst, you had been thinking about this for some time at this point.
Yeah, well, probably, yeah. I guess it's because it was spur of the moment, so my adrenaline kicked in. And I think, is this a trick? Because I know Mr. Sexy Buns, he pranks a lot.
Yeah.
Or is he taking me seriously? Because it was a confusion of his personality was kind of like him. They were goofy. What really gets me is the intellectual conversations, intellectually stimulating conversations, down to earth, good vibes. I'm like, man, this is going to be fun. And in my head is like, should I be thinking about this? Is this wrong or is this right? Or wait, I'm confused.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do. But I think what my mind was going through was I thought JR was going to approach me and say something about it. I was kind of confused. Like, I thought he convinced him to say all that.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, because I purposely didn't ask JR this, right? Because I wanted to hear your perspective on the night.
Okay.
So how did that night go? So after he shouts this out and he's like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, how did the night go? Like, were you like, all right, let's get naked? Or like, how did you handle it at this point, now that they've put you on the hot seat, they put you on the burner, offered you up?
For me, I'm not gonna lie, I did get nervous. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was gonna happen right there. But I think I tried so hard, so I was all prepared, like, maybe I should wear something sexy or do this and do that. And I think JR usually says, I don't think guys think what you're thinking. As a female, you're not thinking, oh gosh, I should wear this and be sexy like that.
Nah.
You don't need to. I didn't know how to relax.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have a high sexual drive. Like, I know I do. I have high stamina. So I'm thinking, man, if I can just, alternate back and forth, that turned me on.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm selfless. So I rather, like JR, pleasure the other person more than myself, because the facial expression says so much. Exactly. Then I know when I'm doing my thing, and I'm competitive.
I feel that. Yeah. I feel that. It's just like, I'm coming.
If I can't do that, someone's going to teach me.
I love that. These are the things that make for great relationships, having that kind of thought process, especially when it comes to sex and your partner. Because so many times I'm sure you guys have been around swingers where it's been like, oh, he's doing that with her. Or you see like a couple that you're in the middle of doing something, and like you do something the wife doesn't do, and you just see her give you that, like, oh, so we doing backflips out here, bitch? We doing backflips? That's what I can't do no backflip. Are you doing backflips? Like, we've all been there.
Yeah, that's usually the topic of our conversation. We'll talk about it and be like, oh, there was this move, and I was like, well, James Angel did this move, babe, and it was my first porn scene. We got to do it. We got to do it the way he did it, because that will make me go crazy. Yeah. So it was my first porn scene, with a production. So.
Oh, was it?
And I didn't know it was him. So everyone's like, oh, do you know who this guy is? Oh, my gosh. It's like, no.
You don't know who he is. But after you fucked him, you were like, I know who he is now.
Oh, yes.
Like, he's got me doing some crazy shit.
Yes.
I feel that. I'm not going to lie. There was a guy that recently that fucked Meecha that was like that. His name was Tribal, and he did some like off the wall shit. He had her sideways on some Spider-Man shit. I'm like, what in the world? You know what? I'm not. You know what? Do you think, man? I have never seen this before. It's been a while since I had been surprised by some shit. I was surprised. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me get a close up. Oh shit! Like, so I feel that. I like the competitive nature. I like that a lot. So after you were done with the night, right?
Okay.
Everybody came. I'm sure that you were like, y'all done? They're like, yeah, we done. Are you sure? They're like, yeah.
I wasn't done.
I knew you weren't done. That's why I'm putting you in the driver's seat, because I can already feel your energy there. You finished and you're like, y'all done? They was probably both like, yo, I got a cramp. High five, my boy. You did good. I told you that I was in it for the long haul. I'm sure Buddy was surprised. I'm sure JR was like, I tried to tell you. Because it's always when you have a dude that you're like, hey, man, I want to talk about you fucking my wife. And they're like, yeah, I got you. They always come in like, I'm about to fuck her to sleep. And I'm like, no, we're about to get fucked to sleep. That's why I brought you. I didn't want to do this alone. Right. I didn't want to go at this alone, and I need you. And then when he's about dead and he's looking at you like, bro, she still want to go? You like, I told you.
Exactly. That's how it went down. I was like, hey, he actually asked me because he fell asleep. So he fell asleep, and he provoked it, the other guy. So he said, well, are you really that horny too? Or you have a high sex drive? Because I wasn't kidding. And he goes, Mom, not either. But I don't know. Something came up. I guess he had to go to work or something that day or something. And it just got complicated. So all I know is we both wanted to, but I didn't want to interrupt JR's sleep either. Yeah. Because if he's going to like wake up, he's going to have to participate again.
I feel that. There's no waking up like, yes, you wake me up for some pussy. Don't wake me up for nothing else. I can respect that. So let me ask you a question now, because you've been a swinger now for so long, and then you entered the content space. Yes. Since you've entered the content space, have you noticed that there's been a little bit less of a balance between your ability to like have a lifestyle time and then have the content time? Because I noticed that we, like the first 2 years of our OnlyFans and getting everything, we really put the lifestyle on the back burner. Even now, we don't probably party as much as we used to. You know what I mean? Like go to a new party, meet new people and things like that, because, you know, we're so engraved in this content side. Do you still make time to do the swinger things and like really enjoy the swinger life still? Or now is it like, I've reached the content side, I love my job, I don't really need to do the swinger side?
For me, how do I answer that? Well, I got it. So I think we do so much content. And I know that there's a difference between scripted content and then playful, you know, relaxation, that tranquility, that solace you have with your partner with swinging. So I think that kind of balance sets the tone, because we're so, you know, goofy, silly, honestly. But the side of us with the swinger side, sometimes we want to have a real intellectual conversation, just talk for hours. And there was one moment that I guess we were supposed to, you know, have something happen, but we talked so much that, I mean, it happened toward the end, like something, sex happened. But that's not really the main focus when we swing. Like I said, sometimes if it happens, it's cool. We'll let it flow. Like he said, we're prude, like swingers. So I know that for me, this, you know, partnership of us together as a team working and swinging, and now it's a breakthrough for me. Before I was going to do scenes with other male talent. It's the first time this year that I let him go to Atlanta and do his own thing with other female talent. So that was the first time in my life to say, I trust him and I'm loyal enough to accept the fact that this is business, but I'm also not jealous. I'm not going to be, oh gosh, she hotter? Is she doing better than me?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be like, so how was it? And tell me all about it.
I got it.
Yeah, and then you could create more content and work from that.
So let me ask you a question. So let me ask, with you saying that leads me down another question, a little more personal. So at the beginning, were you more of the jealous one? Because my wife at the beginning was more of the jealous one. She'll tell you off rip. She's like, you know, me getting dicked down by an NFL player is cool, but when this cheerleader or this model comes around, she was like, all right, like, you fucking her a little too good over there. You picking this chick up and shit, spinning her around. What the fuck? So, like, were you like that at the beginning, and have you slowly, like, matured in the lifestyle to the point where you're like, you know what? Yeah, I might have a little tinge here and there, but I don't care. Yeah,
I was really jealous. I didn't really have a boyfriend until I was 18, so I didn't have that exploration with many guys. Yeah. I was very much just always academically excelling in school. There was no moment I wanted to be the best in my craft in every subject, and it's very intimidating to other people. So I didn't know how to emotionally attach to men. So that's when Mr. Sexy Buns, aka JR Cruz, chimed in and helped me introduce me how to pole dance, how to talk to guys at the club, exotic dancer. This is background gymnastics and very flexible, but actually how to communicate with guys, because that was my struggle. Because in our culture, I'm Filipino, we were supposed to be reserved. We're not supposed to be expressing our feelings emotionally, and even though we're bothered by it, we're supposed to be the husband or partner is dominant. Whatever goes.
Gotcha.
No matter what, it could be the worst thing, and you just hear him scream and go, "Yes, I will do that." And it bothered the crap out of him. Yeah. And so communication for me was my weakness, but he helped build me. I used to say I was an introvert, but I said, no, I think it's your environment that made you this way because you were cultured that way.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are a product of their environments.
Yes.
And you pick up what's around you.
Exactly.
So if your whole household is your mom not saying anything, things of that nature, you're going to be that way.
Yeah. And jealousy is prevalent in Filipino culture. And I know why. There's no such thing as divorce in the Philippines. So you're married to that person for the rest of your life. Either you annul the marriage, as far as I read about it.
So when you're locked in the Philippines, you're locked in. So regardless, you're not swinging, you're cheating at this point. You just don't give a fuck. And is it on both sides? Like, do the women get theirs, or is it really mostly just the men are out here like bouncing from young girl to young girl, doing whatever the fuck they want?
Yeah, it's whatever it is, but it's just shocking that I don't know statistically what the divorce rate is. I think some of them come to America to get a divorce. So I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but I've just noticed a trend.
He's like, look, y'all my brothers, but I know. Listen, I get it. Listen, I get it, okay? There's certain things that culturally we be like, what the fuck? But I also understand if that's a way for you to live a better life, because you're stuck with somebody that you didn't realize in your 20-year-old head when you got married.
Oh, his 20-year-old head.
Well, just as a cultural.
Oh, as a culture. Oh,
yeah, like if you get married at 20, which I'm assuming in the Philippines getting married in 1920 is normal, or
mid-20s.
Mid-20s, and a person hasn't fully developed.
Exactly.
You don't know who you are, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of trust, a lot of honesty, like we just talked about, to get there. Like you said, you were a jealous person, so to still be in the lifestyle and keep it moving, took a lot of arguments, took a lot of healing, a lot of love.
Yeah. I didn't understand what was going on because I never really had, like I said, I had a loving relationship before JR, but most of the guys, it wasn't reciprocal. I felt like I was giving more and not receiving the same kind of quality of time and energy.
Yeah, which is always hard.
Yes.
I think a lot of men don't really know how to give that time and quality because everybody's so addicted to this masculine image, and they want to be a man and they want to be tough. But like when you get a woman, the woman's supposed to be your softness.
Exactly.
And you can't go hit a woman with a brick. You got to come in soft. You got to be willing to be rough around the edges. You got to be willing to go see those movies, spend those time, walk out. I have a friend of mine who literally, we're in the middle of this. We're recording right now. All right. So I have a friend of ours that literally he doesn't buy his girlfriend flowers because he doesn't want to look a certain type of way.
Oh, wow.
When he walks out of the store with the flowers in his hand. And I'm like, bro, he'll have his sister or one of his friends buy it, or he'll send them.
I think it's sexy and confident.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what
like,
I
bro,
think.
It's flowers.
I'm not going to lie. I'm like, oh, wow, who's that for?
I'm like, oh. That's always the look you get when you're carrying flowers. Like, women are like,
oh, who's that for? The special girl?
Exactly.
One of those nights.
One of those nights. So, I guess my question is, like, next is what has been the wildest time for you? Like, I asked JR, I said, what's the wildest thing that when you were like, oh, yeah, I made it. Like, this is it. Like, what was it for you?
Are you saying sexually or as a career-wise?
Oh, no, sexually. I mean, we can go into the career if you want to, but I was talking sex.
Sexually. I'd say the wildest time would be, wow, that's a good question. Positions or
just
experiences? Like, oh, okay. I would say, so we're both like voyeurs in a sense, like, watching. And if we watch something, it could be Max Fills, if you're watching this, okay. I want to do content with him sometime if he wants to. But
Shout out Max Fills, your mom. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So the thing is, it was MILF.com, and it was just, I'm a MILF too. So the wildest experiences, JR and I were watching this porn. It was something like the MILFs were playing video games, and he got into the center of attention, and we watched it together. And of course, after that wild moment, I was like, man, that's really hot. I'm a MILF. I was like we're paralleling each other's moments at that moment. Cause when I met him, he also did video games. So, or Warcraft.
Okay. And he was a real nerd out here. He was deep in the world of Warcraft.
And he did Zeldas. I don't know.
Oh, you did? Okay, Zelda.
Did he? I don't know.
You play Zelda?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Antique video games in the new future.
Yeah. So
See, I respect that because I beat Zelda. I was so happy, but it took forever.
So that's what happened. I put myself in that, and we watched it together, and then we had hot sex watching it throughout the MILF.com. So the story is, I didn't even know it was Max Fills at it was Exotica. Oh, Max Biz Miami. So I was at the after party. I'm dancing, right? Get my groove on. And then we're all dancing. And I love to talk to people. And I'm like, so I do porn. So what do you do? And he goes, and then someone, I guess Johnny Love goes, girl, you know this guy? I said, no, I don't. I just met him on the dance floor. He goes, this is Max Fills. I'm like, oh. And I took a stop. I was like, oh my God. I just came to you watching you like a few days ago she had a white outfit with that joystick.
Oh my God.
And then he was like, I'm flattered, and that's hot.
Right, for real,
so to me, it felt so good because he's actually a legit porn star. And it felt good to me, like I actually came to you and you were actually in the flesh in front of me. And it was just me and JR having that moment saying we were just scrolling to get that extra, get in the moment sexy way. Because we're kind of the opposite. We like the whole don't show everything. We like the mystery behind. I'm going to peel your clothes off because I don't know what's underneath until I touch it. It's the power of that.
I love it. I fucking love it. See, it's crazy. Like I think it's so crazy how we can go from being just like regular people and seeing something online to being right next to the person that we just saw online.
Yeah.
like what other industry can that happen in? You know what I mean? Where you can literally go from like on my couch 2 years ago to filming with this person that I'm seeing that has
exactly. That shocks me because it's in Twitter. I guess I got to thank JR for this, but I'm so nervous to approach someone and say, hey, he's like, he has this many followers and I'm here. So how do I approach him? So
you approach somebody with no followers. It's the same thing. We're all human.
Yeah. And then I got nervous. So I actually had this happen. So Chris Rails, if you're watching this, I actually wanted to do a collab, and I actually showed him the Twitter, and I said, hey, he was at XBiz. I'm like, he walked at the hallway, and JR's like, yeah, make your move. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, hey, I didn't even look at him very well. I said, I Twittered you today. He's like, oh, I don't check Twitter. I'll even prove it to you as I got my phone out. I was like, I've been watching your videos, and I like the thing that you do with your tongue. Could you do it on my body?
What did he say?
And he was like, oh, is that so? And he's like, I mean, would you collab with me? But I actually said, you don't have to. I'm not going to force you. If you change your mind, I'll just walk away in embarrassment. And I'll have the walk of shame down this hall. And he goes, no, you're pretty hot. I love to do content. And that to me was very nerve-wracking. But JR gave me the courage to strike that confidence and don't let that worry me. Followers, no matter what numbers you have, it's the confidence that you exude, the power you have to make people happy just by your presence.
Hell yeah. That's so true. I tell people that all the time. They like, especially when they say they saw us somewhere and they're like, oh, I didn't want to come up to you because, I was nervous. I'm like, why not? Just come say hi. Like, what am I do? Bite you? Like punch you in the face? Like, oh, get away from me, bitch. Like, just say hello. We're all human,
Yes.
And as long as you approach somebody with the human element in mind and you keep that part face forward, you're always going to be welcome. You're beautiful. You have great energy. Aww. You guys are an amazing couple. You've been together forever. There's no red flags there. You know what I mean? It's all positive vibes all the way through. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you can hope for when you meet somebody is those type of vibes,
Yeah.
So now that you've gotten, into content and things like that, and you're growing your brand, what's next for Jazmine Cruz, independent of JR? I know
Okay.
you guys run together, but I also know
Yes.
you have your own solo career that's been taking off. I've seen you,
Yes.
all over the place with everybody. I know you are twerking real hard on the boulevard.
I like how you did that. It was pretty slick. um, so I'm creating my own brand. I already started it a few weeks ago. It's called Dr. Hot Wife.
Oh,
It actually parallels my real life.
okay.
I'm actually addicted to sex.
Okay.
Yeah, 40 something magazine interviewed me. I'm legit. I'm a sex addict in real life.
Okay.
So I figured his idea was, I was tired of all the cliched videos I've seen, and I want something that speaks to my audience, because me, I like to be genuine, and that's how I watch documentaries. I feel more apt to watch someone that speaks from the heart, and I feel like my storylines that are in each of these series dictates my whole life. Like,
Gotcha.
I've always wanted to be with a football athlete. So why was he the coach of the football athlete? I had a fantasy, but I was too shy to ask because I was that geeky academic Asian chick,
Yeah.
trying to get the extra credit, the 4.0, 4.25, on a GPA.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You were always my target.
Oh, really?
So when me and Misha first, like before the lifestyle, when we were just like two young adults out here wilding, right?
Yeah.
And I was out here saucing. So I didn't go to college for long. I went to college for 2 semesters.
Oh, okay.
But she went to college all 4 years. So whenever there'd be like parties that we could go to, we'd have my parents watch our daughter and we would go. And like we would kind of like, we was like kind of swing but not be swing, because she would like be like, all right, babe, like, and we would just kind of like be around each other, and that was it. But anyways, long story short, you were the type that would be my target, like, because I'm like, the nerds are always, because one, they don't get play like that because they're not cool, but they always have a banging body underneath all that nerd. Like, bro, I know underneath that hoodie is something crazy every time, bro, every time. Like, there's a reason that you don't dress like all the other girls. You don't got your nails done. You're wearing the same ripped jeans. You wearing and it's always the girls with the Converse. Like, if they got Converse on and they look like they really been through it, like they ain't showered in 2 days because they just been in a book somewhere, that girl is gonna be it. If you can get her to shower,
That's your type.
that's my type. Because I know what it is. Like, I respect it. I'm like, all right. Like, the girl who's hot, who's trying, she's getting, because she's trying.
Yeah.
Like, guys are easy. Like, if you look good, dudes are gonna be like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
But the girl who's not trying, she will get overlooked mostly. But for the dude who's looking for a real good time, she's gonna be the one, because she's gonna be like, look, man, I got 20 minutes between classes. I'm gonna need you to slide like right now and then get the fuck out. And for a dude who knows what's best, to me that was perfect. I had a kid and I had a girl. I wasn't trying to I need a girl who has things to do. Okay. If you're flunking out of school, you're not the girl for me, because you ain't got enough going on. Like, I need a girl who's A++++, because she only has allotted time for dick, and I'm trying to be that dick. Okay, I'm trying to be a good friend. Bring the sushi. I bring food. I bring dick. I bring a smile, and get the fuck out of Dodge. All right, I'm not here to be your man. All right, I know you got somebody else in mind for that. So yeah, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah, so do the Dr. Hot Wife spiel. So I'm a sexual addiction therapist, and I provide therapy, like group therapy, one-to-one therapy, and all sorts of therapies for different like characters. And that's where I chime in. And my famous line is, after this, 3 sessions with me, I'll fuck your brains out.
So it's Dr. What is it?
It's Dr. Hot Wife.
Dr. Hot Wife.
Yes. And he described it already. Mr. Sexy Buns did. So that's in the making.
Go ahead. You can give your description, because somebody might have not wanted to see Mr. Sexy Buns and wanted to see you instead and watched your episode instead of his. So you go ahead, give your description.
Oh, he did. There was one with a football athlete. Like, he said he's a coach of the athlete. He can't control his urges, And before, the game, he seems to masturbate. The other one was a university student. And instead of, he masturbates in a sock, and it's just like, where's my sock? Where's my sock? don't you worry. Put it in Dr. Hotwife's mouth. You know?
You know what? I don't know why as a kid masturbating in a sock was always something that happened, bro. I'm not even going to act like I wasn't even a victim of that shit. I did that shit. I ain't embarrassed to say it. I did it. Fuck.
Yeah. And then the next one was Alfonso Lays is actually, he does porn. And he is actually a rapper. So he plays the manager of, Alfonso. Mr. Sexy Buns plays the manager of him. And his problem is before he gets to perform on stage, he can't control himself. So he starts jerking off before his performances.
You got to get the urge out.
Get those urges out. Yeah. So that's how it works. And then I think one of my lines is like, hey, is your next rap album going to be Fuck Dr. Hot Wife? That would be hot. It was so corny. If you're watching that and when it's released, you'll understand why. I was like, yeah, you got rhythm. You get it? Like black rhythm. Yeah. It's so corny. I had to say that.
I'm not even mad at you. That is corny, but it's low-key funny, though. It's low-key funny.
Yeah, it is. And then also in the making of Dr. Hot Wife, I've done a lot of lift and carries. I'm not going to lie, TikTok and YouTube have blew up over me doing fireman's carry. I worked my butt off for the last 3 years for doing dance trends. Yeah. But for me, they just like me lifting male and females.
I'm not gonna lie, when you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna pick you up," I was literally a little startled. I don't know if you saw my face. I was like, "You're gonna pick me up?" You're like, "Yeah, can I cradle you?" I'm like, "Is this like a short thing or like?" I like low key. I was thinking about, I'm like, "Is it because I'm short that you want to do this?" Like, did you just look at me and go, "Ooh, small man"? I'm like, "Here, I want to cradle him." I was low key confused.
You looked fit, and I've always liked the challenge. And a lot of the viewers, I don't know what it is, they want someone shorter than me, male, or a really tall female. So I did another one, a lift and carry with Andy, and we did a wrestling scene.
Make sure you tag me in wherever you post, because I want you to know, okay? Short kings out here. Short kings out here.
Yeah, so that's in the making. And also, JR is actually a scholastic competitive wrestler. He has background in combatives and self-defense. So me, I don't. I only did Krav Taekwondo for a year and Muay Thai martial arts.
Got you.
But he said to me, a lot of people were saying, hey, you can get money doing like fetish wrestling. You can do this and do that. I wasn't really into it until with the encouragement of JR was like, you could do this. So I've gotten hired by CJ Films, Protein Wrestling, Hans Vanderkill, some of them that just hired me to do sex wrestling or lift and carries.
So here's my question with the sex wrestling, because I've been trying to get Misha into this, because she's ungodly strong. Okay?
Yes, and she needs to use that strength.
Bro, she is really retardedly strong. Like, and it makes me upset because I'm like, you're so strong and you're not using your strength. Like, we could be using this strength to do things.
Exactly.
So I want to introduce her to that, to the wrestling side, because she is like, you'll see when you wrestle her, you'll be like, yo, this girl's kind of strong. Like, but, that sounds so fun.
Yes, it's fun for me. It's different.
I'm going to tell you
It's a workout, too.
It is a workout. So I wrestled Jessica Warder.
Oh, you did?
I got my ass whooped. I lost a dread. She whooped my ass, bro. She whooped my ass. Like, I ain't never got my ass beat by a girl. I got my ass whooped, bro.
Well, did you tickle her nipples or anything like that?
Bro, I got to fuck her after, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I was fucking exhausted.
Oh,
we wrestled and then we had sex, bro. When I tell you I was so exhausted, my dick didn't even want to stay hard. Like, it was just like, yo, you just got your ass beat, now she's about to fuck you, nigga. Like, what? I was exhausted. And like, in the video, if you watch the video, you can tell, like, I'm not, like, I fuck with stamina, but I had run out of stamina wrestling her. I burned like 500 calories just wrestling her. I was like, what? My Apple Watch was going the fuck off. I was like,
hey, you hit your goal.
I did.
You had the circle on your watch.
I did close the circle wrestling her. Shout out to Jessica Morgan. Yeah, she's a real one. And when I wrestled her, I was at my heaviest. I weighed 187 pounds when I wrestled her, and you can see it on the video. I was chubby. Like, I weighed a lot. I had a belly and everything, and she literally moved me like nothing. And I think it was at 155 or 165 at the time.
Yeah.
And not that she was just overtly stronger than me, because at the time I was lifting, but I wasn't lifting like seriously. But she was ridiculous with her speed, her moves, when she could take. And I wrestled in high school.
Oh, you did?
So I have.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I know a little.
I'm taking points for later on, right?
Heard.
Content creation.
Yes, I'm with it. So I I was enamored with how quick and fast and strong she was. So I'm curious to see where you go with your wrestling, because I know you got to practice wrestling for real. Because some of these girls, although it's content and it's fetish, they take that shit seriously, and they be in there.
Yes, they do.
They be wrestling for real, for real.
Yeah. I do fantasy wrestling, and I always tell them my boundaries and my level. Because I tell them, hey, I'm a trainer at yoga. I'm an exotic dancer. This cannot be scratched. You can't strangle nothing. This is all for me because I model too.
Yeah.
I'm a paid model, paid dancer, you know.
Because some of those girls get aggressive.
They do. And there was a situation, no names to say, but it didn't feel good at all.
Of course not.
And it's to the point where as long as I disclosed that and told that person, they should respect that.
Yeah.
Especially from a beginner's end. I'm just a beginner. First of all, I didn't want to try this. It was like a first day. Like I really was my first time in real life. And you already made it like a horrifying thing for me. Is this how all girls are? Because that's not how I roll. I'm a professional. You know, I'm a trainer. So there's also that level of professionalism that goes with it.
Yeah. Because it's not, you're just here to beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's all fake. This is where we're supposed not to give 100%. You want 100%. Oh, I can go down that pole and squeeze the life out of you, but that's not how I am.
Yeah.
It don't make me no better to be angry and revenge, but just so that the next person that works with that person, you don't want that to happen to the next one.
Yeah, I got you on that. And that's one of those places that I don't think people really talk about when it comes to like doing fetish content. There's a lot of safety that goes into it, and there's a lot of trust that goes into it, because you sometimes like you are doing something that's fetish, and the reason that it's fetish is because there's a level of risk that comes with it, like with the rope play, suspension play, definitely with the wrestling, because there are moves that can really hurt you, and you know you want it to look good, but at the same time, if this arm bar can really fuck your arm up. It's made to fuck your arm,
I've
but
seen
it's made
it
to look pretty.
Yes.
You know. So yeah, I completely understand that. And then you have the injury part of it, like you said, the scratches, the bruises, the pulls, the tears. Like it can be physically demanding.
Yes.
So yeah, that's definitely.
Are you saying you want to do that with me? But
I'm
a
a
gentle
lover.
level.
I'm a lover, not a fitter. Okay.
Oh, very passionate.
No, I
have to find out though.
I'm different.
You are.
I'm passionate aggressive.
Oh.
Not passive aggressive. Passionate aggressive.
Do that. Let's turn off the cameras. Let's start this off now.
I mean, we can. All right, guys. So listen, we're gonna wrap it up. All right.
I'm just kidding.
You're good. Listen, keep tempting me with a good time. It's coming. we've been floating around each other long enough.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I've seen you everywhere.
Exactly.
Where I'm going, you going.
Exactly. I'm the type that I don't rush anything. So I'm always like, I see her, and they're
I
like,
like to preheat the oven. They say,
yes,
that's what gets me going. You know, when you're trying to make, what can you bake? I can't bake.
You can't bake.
I can't bake. I mean,
what about
I can make egg rolls.
Can you? Oh. That's fried, but I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I can make some chicken adobo.
Okay, wait. So hold on.
I can burn cake.
I'm not mad. That's why you married the chef.
That's what I did. That's the truth.
You were like, yo, I'm gonna die if you don't feed me. I need you. I don't need anything else. Look, I got the job. I got the intelligence. Just please feed me.
Yes, that's all you need to do.
Why is it like that? You are a 4.0 student.
I don't know. I didn't even know how to use a coffee maker, the washing machine, the dishwasher. It flooded. The dishwasher. What was it? We were in Fort Stewart. He was like, there's an emergency. And I didn't really tell him what it was quite clearly. So I tried to get to use the filtered coffee. It shot through the ceiling. And then the dog was trying to catch it with his mouth, peanut butter. And then he told me to put dishwashing detergent. So my thing was dishwashing liquid because it was right there. And oh my God, we had to put in a work order. It had flooded everywhere. And I'm crying going, we just got married too. Like, I can't do anything right. I'm a Filipino that's lost with like a freaking IQ that's high but stupid when it comes to like appliances. How is this not making the connection? It's just the truth.
I can't be mad because I can relate. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But this is how I can relate. My daughter is like that. My daughter is super smart.
Yeah.
But she can't use a microwave to save her life. I bought a brand new microwave. And I told her, I said, just don't mess with it. Like, it has a button on it for popcorn. You just press the popcorn button. It'll pop the popcorn.
Well, when you read the instructions, it says 232.
Don't read the instructions.
And it burned.
No, that's because that's where you're wrong, okay?
Okay.
So, see, this is what, and I realize this is what people with high IQs have issues with, all right? Rationalizations,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So, you see on the package says 230, right?
Mm-hmm.
But your microwave says popcorn.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So in your mind, you can't rationalize which one is right. But when you see it on the paper, you're like, it's on the paper, so this has got to be right.
The instruction says so. These are by experts.
But see, what you fail to realize is the person who made the microwave was like, hey, listen, I know that package says that, but they used another microwave. They didn't use this microwave. So if you put that popcorn in here, use this button because our microwave's a little bit better. And that's how they do it. And that's why I had to.
Wait.
Yeah, so anytime, and I told my daughter this, and now she's gotten a lot better with appliances and food, like especially using my damn microwave, because she blew my microwave up, bro. Like, if you ever come to my house and you look at my microwave, I refuse to buy a new microwave until she moves out. When she moves out, bro, I'm buying a new microwave.
It sounds like me. That's what my dad said to him. There's no return, no exchange. It's guaranteed. Don't put her back.
Yeah.
She broke everything.
Just, she hasn't broke the stove. She just the microwave.
But don't break her heart. That's what he said.
Yeah, don't break her heart. That's when Dad Papa Bear comes out. That's true. But I just can't get over. I've been through 2 microwaves.
Oh,
and this is the last one. I'm leaving this one on there, and it's burnt. So when you come to my house, I want you to see it.
I gotta see it.
Product of my child.
Are you inviting me to your home?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's invited me to his home.
I'm inviting you guys to my house. You guys okay with cats, right?
We're kind of allergic.
Listen, I'm gonna warn you. I got 4 cats.
Okay.
But
the only pussy I like is your wife's.
Oh, I'm cool
is that
with
cat is acceptable in my mouth?
Yeah, you don't want these other cats. I promise you, they are not tasty. They are loving, they're loving cats. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. All right, so I did invite you to my house. You are invited.
Oh, I feel flattered now.
Yeah, you'll love it. You'll get to meet my child, my spawn.
Oh,
Yes, don't do that. That's not what you're gonna be saying when you leave. You're gonna be like, "Oh shit!" It's not. There's no roses. It's all hip hop, rap music, and like.
I love it. I'm from Baltimore.
Okay, so you'll love her. Like,
yeah.
I'll show you pictures when we're done.
Yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming.
I enjoyed it. This was fun.
Was it? Did you have a good time?
It will be if you're next to me on the sofa here.
I mean, that's coming soon in the next episode.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm gonna make sure that before this episode airs, we will have gotten to know each other better.
Okay. I get it now.
I got
perfect.
All right. So where can everybody find you at, Miss Jazmine Cruz?
Okay. Well, my website is Jazmine JAZMINE Cruz CRUZXXX.com. My Twitter is Jazmine Cruz OFF1. My Instagram is Jazmine Cruz Modeling.
Gotcha. Y'all heard that?
Yes.
I'm not going to repeat all of those because she spelt it out. Got it. Well, thank you for coming on this episode of STAGVIEW. It was great to have you and your husband on here. I love having couples. Yes. I love having couples that are in content that have been married for a long time and have stories like you guys have. And so the next time that we do a podcast, Misha will be here.
Wonderful.
It will be the
Yay.
4 of us, and we'll do a podcast with all 4 of us.
Oh, wow. That would be exciting.
All righty?
Yeah.
I'm with it. Well, this is STAGVIEW. I'm Lupe.
This is Jazmine Cruz, y'all.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. And this is STAGVIEW. Peace.